Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have another Dungeons & Dragons Prestige class description for you. And today, from the Races of Destiny, we have the Shadow Sentinel. Now, the Shadow Sentinel, it's an interesting one for sure. It's very much a melee class. So, well, let's first start talking about what it takes to become a Shadow Sentinel. Let's start with that. All right, so what does it take to become a Shadow Sentinel? First, you have to be an Illumian. So, okay, that's a pretty hard requirement right there. It has to be a very specific race. Okay, but if you are an Illumian, you also require a +5 base attack bonus, which is part of why I say this is very much a martial class. And you have to have skills, weapon focus with any slashing weapon. Again, martial focus. And it has a special one as well, and that is that you must pass a combat examination from Sentinel leaders. That one, actually, there's a lot of flavor to that. So this one, basically, it will require you as an Illumian to go off to the Illumian, to go off and for a couple of months, which can be it can be a little bit of an issue to adapt to this class because the rest of the party will be waiting a couple of months, so it's downtime. So that's a thing that's going to happen if you go for this. So and then you can come back and you will be a Shadow Sentinel. So there's a lot of flavor to it. You have to go through all of these rigorous tests and all this fun stuff. Only 1 in 10 Illumians that take the test to actually pass. So yeah. Now let's look at what you actually get. Okay, you get a D10 hit dice. Sweet. It's the same as a fighter. Good base attack bonus. Again, same as a fighter. Good fortitude and reflex save. I don't think fighters get reflex, but you get those. You don't get the will save, though. And you also get, as for skills, you get 2+ int, same as a fighter. Your skills list is actually almost identical to that of the fighter, possibly even identical. Then you get shadow points. You get 1 at first level and then 2 more every additional level. The book just says, look at the chart, and the chart literally says that. So then you also get an Umbral Blade and a bunch of things that make this Umbral Blade better. That's actually a very interesting thing about this class. So the Umbral Blade, for anyone who's not in this class, is just a +1 slashing weapon. Cool. And it can be any slashing weapon. You pick it when you first enter the class. For you, it's a little more than just a +1 slashing weapon. You get a bunch of bonuses to it, which what's interesting is these things you can normally get for money, but you're getting them as a class feature, so that frees up your money, which it would take a lot of money to actually make these weapons to actually do what this class can do. But you can just save a ton of money on weapons that you can put into other things like defenses and other stuff. So yeah, definitely useful in that regard. Let's see. And as an Illumian, you probably would want to enter this class by multi-classing. Stick with things with good base attack bonuses. Fighter, maybe Barbarian, maybe something like a Martial, or basically any class that has a good base attack bonus would be a good candidate for entry for this class. Really just have fun with it. If you're an Illumian, try and pick at least 2 martial classes. Honestly, with martial classes, you can multi-class the heck out of things. So anyways, actually, if you do go this one, I would recommend putting all 10 levels just because of how good it gets. And it actually does get progressively better unlike some other classes. So this Umbral Blade, it starts out as a +1 weapon. It'll eventually go up to a +5 weapon by the time you reach 10th level in this class. That's actually super nice. Yeah, you get something called Morphic Blade, so you can spend some of those shadow points of yours, and they can make your weapon adamantine or cold iron. Basically, you can make it any type of weapon, whatever you need to break through your enemy's any damage reduction your enemy might have. At 5th level, you can at first you can just change the type. So like normally maybe you keep it as a longsword. Maybe for whatever reason you want a great axe or a dagger, you can change it to that for 1 point. You get that right away. So that's kind of cool. then you can also, and that'll last for 24 hours. You also get, but later you can make it adamantine or whatever for 3 points. For 5 points, you can give it an alignment. Basically, all this is to bust through damage reduction, except for the first one. That one's got other uses. Then you get Shadow Strike, which that one will basically let you make your one attack a touch attack, which is very nice. If you're having a hard time hitting your opponent, making it so that you're going after their touch AC, oh, that it means the world. Especially if you've got a bunch of other stuff, like if you have maybe levels of Paladin or something, which would be another good one to mix with this, and you have Smite, like you make it a Smite and also a Shadow Strike. Oof. One problem with that is that both of these take it takes swift actions to do this. I think it might also for Smite. So you might have to take a turn, but if you're having a really hard time hitting somebody, hitting them with a smiting touch attack, you just do a ton of damage in one shot. Really good. So maybe throw a power attack in there to do some extra damage. Definitely nice. So yeah, since you're going after the touch, that will normally knock their AC down considerably. Most creatures don't have nearly as high a touch AC as they do. Their AC, there's some that's close, but those ones usually don't have particularly high ACs. So knocking down, using touch AC instead, often a very good way to make an opponent much easier to hit. This also ignores all but total cover when you use that ability. They also get Shadow Bane, so basically they get Bane against evil outsiders and things from the Shadow Plane. They also get Shadow Sharp, which basically makes it so that for a little while you can basically get keen on your weapon, so you can double your threat range. Really nice. And then Shadow Drain. This one's actually really interesting. What Shadow Drain does is it lets you drain your opponent's strength with your strikes. So combining that with combining something like Shadow Sharp, Shadow Drain, and Shadow Strike all together, that would actually be a really good idea. So you're having a hard time hitting this guy. Now you're going in and you're just like, okay, well, my next attack, I'm going to be hitting the touch AC. I'm going to be having a double threat range, so I'm more likely to crit. And on top of that, I'm going to do some strength damage when I do hit. So you can really make one really super strong attack. And again, if you have Smite or something, you can throw that on there as well, and that will be really nice. So it's got some really cool features. It also will save you a ton of money because, trust me, buying a weapon is one of the most expensive things. Like if you're playing a martial character, that weapon is probably going to be where you're going to sink most of your money normally. Now, if you're a Shadow Sentinel, it won't be because your weapon will just advance as you do. So you can save a ton of money by going into this class. It would actually work well with a lot of other classes. Really try and focus on that defense of yours with your money. You can really get that AC up really high. So yeah, it's all in all, it's a great class. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, if you guys want, please consider giving me a like, as well as, if you really like the video, please consider sharing it with your friends. That helps me a lot. Also, consider subscribing. Just click the link right up there. Then also maybe click the little checkbox or click the little bell. I don't know why I said checkbox. Go click the bell. That helps. That way you get notifications. In addition, check out more videos down below. And as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you.